and gentlemen, I present to you America's top foundational health coach, Dr. Joe D.
Hey there, I'm Dr. Jody Bear, your top foundational health coach in America. And I hope that I'm your health coach for real, for real. Welcome to Mindset Monday. This is an amazing, amazing time for us to be here, to be a part of this broadcast. And I'll tell you why. I've got a special treat for you today. Jeremy Hoffmann is going to be next week. I know that you saw that thumbnail, and I just can't wait. But everything happens according to what is supposed to happen now, doesn't it? And what happened here is Dame Doria and I, the money and you expert, the woman who was given the mantle, just like I was given from Hulda Clark, the pioneer in naturopathic medicine. She was given the mantle from Buckminster Fuller when she was just a young woman, just getting into her coaching with Robert Kiyosaki, Tony Robbins. And Buckminster Fuller said, I want you to carry on this message. She's a part of our book. And yes, I've got the hardcover book right here, Healthopedia. Healthopedia, the next generation of health. And Dame Doria is in here passing her wisdom and her knowledge on to people like she did a year ago. I can't believe it's been a year since I was at Money and You and I met Jeremy Hoffmann, his partner, Jason Estes. These are young millennials that are taking the mantle in the financial pillar, just like Dame Doria's picture is back here, the financial mantle on to the next generation. You're going to hear from her in a pre-recorded broadcast that we did for our virtual summit. It is just so amazing. And I just felt that mindset. What did we need? We needed mindset and a skill set right now. With the world in turmoil, financial unrest, we just don't know what is happening next. She's going to end her interview with me with a Ho'oponopono prayer. Take that with you. You'll see the links that I'll put up with you for Fridays with Doria. You can get her magical exercises on her website as well, which is a free download. Her book, Access to Cash, is amazing because it's leverage. That's what we need in this world is leverage to get to the next level. And I can truthfully say that she is a leverage expert. She's a leverage expert. She was able to give me a referral last week that allowed us with Healthopedia not only to get leverage to have a financing option to do our next book, which I'm going to put this up on the screen. Our next book is The Essence of a Woman. The Essence of a Woman. And you can find the details right here. drjody.com/Healthopedia. What are we going to be doing here? The Essence of a Woman. It's an all-female book with 3 enlightened men. Dr. Glenn Depka, who is going to be my guest here on Life's Milkshake Moment, he is a hormone specialist, and he puts the man back in menopause for women. He is an expert, and I call him the happiness doctor. Of course, Dr. Gary Sanchez, living with all the estrogen that he has with his girls and his wife of many, many decades. And of course, my partner, Dr. Jim Marinakis, the real partner of me behind Healthpedia. So what are we going to do here? I'm going to take you through just a little bit. I think you need to have a preview with this. And for those of you who don't know about me, I just kind of jumped in to what we're talking about today now, didn't I? This girl 4 decades ago found her purpose, found her passion, that mindset. As a young expectant mother, I walked in to a La Leche League meeting. I knew, having that bun in the oven, I knew that breast milk was the best milk. And walked into this room, beautiful house in Atlanta, where I was living at the time. And I looked over the dining room table and I put my hands on my hips and said, what is this These two food groups, additives and preservatives. Well, little did I know that I said this to the president of La Leche League, and she said right back to me, well, if you're so insistent about that, why don't you do something about this? You see, finance, money in you is, why don't you do something about it? I can tell you right now, Money in You is starting in San Diego, California, on Wednesday at 5 p.m. You've still got time. Plane, train, automobile, get there because you can do something about your financial pillar through your mindset and doing that action. Well, what did I do with my action? Do something about it? Well, what I did was I got my first health coaching certificate. And in that, I wrote the protocols for La Leche League International for expectant and breastfeeding mothers. And I'm honored to say that after 43 years, it's still in practice and in play. So why don't you do something about it? Only you can do what you can do. No one else. Les Brown says this. It is necessary for you to do what only you can do. Do it as though your life depends upon it, because at the end, it really does. It really does depend on what you're going to do. It depends on you to do this thing that no one else can do. Do it with all your heart, your mind, as though you're doing it for yourself because you're doing it for humanity. And that's what Money in You is all about. That's what our movement, Healthopedia, is all about. And I want to take just a moment because for me, this is a really big deal. What we're doing in Boca Raton, what we're doing in Boca Raton on the 22nd, the 23rd, and the 24th of February. Think, well, it is 100 days off, but you must plan for this. Why is this so important? You're going to see in a moment, a video from my partner that said to me, I'd love to be your partner for Healthopedia. That partner was my teacher, my guru, the incomparable global leader in health, Dr. James Marinakis. You will have an opportunity to experience him. Why is that important? Well, I'm going to tell you right now, people know health, or they think they know health. What is it that they know? And here is the ticker where you can get your ticket. They think they know what to do in health, but the operative word in there is I think. I thought. Is it right? But during these 2.5 days, experiencing Dr. Jim Marinakis, you will leave not just empowered from another event, you will leave knowing what to do. Yes. And you can do it with your own protocols. The supplements that you have at home, that matters not. But you'll know how to do it. You'll know how to do it to change another life and another life. Whether you then are an expert having expertise, or you're one that wants to go the distance. As Dr. Jim and I have a plan for you to get a Healthopedia certification. Isn't that amazing? Where else could you get this? When I say world renowned, there are very few people that have been given this mantle, like Dame Doria, given this mantle and carry this on to the next generation. I've had the honor and privilege of working with Dr. Jim now for over a decade. He changed my life. I paid for that one-on-one consultation. Now, at a fraction of the cost, you can get a group presentation, get the same empowerment because of the group dynamic together. That's enough said. When you click on drjody.com/upcoming -events, you will see the ticket price. It could be tens of thousands of dollars, but it's $19.95, and that includes all your organically grown meals for Thursday night, all day Friday, and Saturday. That is a bargain. But no price can be put on your health because no food tastes as good as health feels. And health is what you do. No, 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 no. It's what you become a long life journey. Become health with Dr. Jim and I. And I'm going to show you just what he's talking about in his program, PPI, Personal Performance Institute. I'm going to show you this video so you can go ahead and see what we're talking about. What we're talking about in this video is what really personal performance, PPI International, is for you. I'm presenting now my partner, my teacher, my guru, and one that you can say will be your teacher after February 24th, Dr. James Marinakis. Take a look, take a feel, take a listen.
The main reason I believe people's health is declining globally is because they don't do the things every day that they need to maintain themselves. They don't walk enough, they don't get enough nutrients, they accumulate way too much stress. They don't expose themselves to nature. They work under artificial lights that damage the rods and cones of their eye, their brain, disturb functions of their liver. Everybody wants to be free from disease, and they want to enjoy a long and happy life. At the Personal Performance Institute, we teach you how to do exactly that. It starts right in the beginning. The very first things you'll do, which are simple instructions, will improve your health, and they will make you feel better about yourself. Not believe that you feel better about yourself, but actually feel better about yourself. That's what the Personal Performance Institute can do for you.
And that's what the Personal Performance Institute can do for you, your life, through an amazing facilitator, Dr. James Marinakis. Who else will be there? Of course, the majority of our authors, Rex Sykes, Jamie Kerr, Dr. Gary Sanchez, Serena Brown Travis, Dame Doria Cordova, and many, many more. Jason Estes and Jeremy Hoffmann, who you'll experience next Monday. So just go there, be a part. But now, after our commercial break with Healthopedia, hearing about this event and who will be there and what we will be doing, I will present to you the incomparable, the beautiful, the heart-centered woman, Dame Doria Cordova. Make sure that you take these notes and these tickers that I put in these banners. Money and You starts Wednesday, 5 p.m. Eastern. You can be there in San Diego. If you're wanting to get information from me, well, I'll tell you the easiest way to do that is just to do the old school variety. And I'm going to put up my phone number. Yes, I am. I'm going to put up this phone number and you can get this information. And it is 1-800 820-0854. That's 800-820-0584. Plane, train, automobile, just be there. You will say that your future you, your future best you will reward you in so many ways. But get ready for Fridays with Dame Doria Cordova. You see, that's magical exercises. You can see this across the screen. And you can also see that Money and You, this is the main registration website. Just be there because, as we've always said, those that go up, show up. So let's just be a part of what we're doing here with our event in February and our event with Dame Doria this week. Just be a part. You'll be glad you did. Now, let's look at Healthopedia before Dame Doria.
Why learn about health when you can experience it? Experience it in beautiful Florida in February 2024. Join us for 3 days of integrative and intensive health and healing education and empowerment with the expertise of the following Healthopedia author, speaker, and facilitators: Dr. James Marinakis, Dr. Joe D. Baer, Kimberly Meredith, Dame Doria Cordova, Rex Sykes, Dr. Gary Sanchez, Jamie Kerr, and more. Experience daily morning walking and yoga, interactive participation, panel discussions, and more for your own epiphany of health. Get your tickets now.
So get your tickets now and get ready now to hear from Dame Doria Cordova. She is on page, we should say page 331 of our book. Check this out. It's impossible to be wealthy without being of service. She is a true servant leader, and I present to Traverse TV, to our YouTube channel, the one and only, the incomparable Dame Doria Cordova, for a pre-recorded interview that was on our virtual summit, and also her Ho'oponopono prayer.
Imagination stimuli and developmental suggestion. We know of no other source in the world that provides the synergistic combination. With a good pair of headphones, video that's designed specifically to help you feel better, do better, and live better.
Feel better, do better, and just live better. Boy, our next Healthopedia offer just absolutely epitomizes this in her life. Why? Because she just gives. She gives unconditionally, and what she's created is more than a legacy. It will outlive her. It is a dynasty. Kind of fits with the D of Dame Doria. A dynasty is what she's created in this accelerated business school, in what she has done with Money and You and her programs that continue throughout the world. But it is with a great honor when Dame Doria said yes to being in our financial pillar. She was the one when Buckminster Fuller was transitioning from this world into the next, that he put the mantle on Dame Doria's shoulders, and she has taken this seriously. Money and You has just countless global in big chunks, big countries and developing nations with Money and You, the accelerated business school. And what she has shown all of this, including me as a student, is going ahead and said, access to cash. It isn't what you think, and your health is your wealth. So it is with great honor and privilege that I bring the Dame Doria Cordova, the one that's created a dynasty in the financial pillar, to our virtual stage. Welcome, Dame Doria.
Aloha, everyone. I'm so happy to be here with you.
I absolutely am so honored, Dame Doria. I want to say it again, that you decided to say yes to our book, that you said yes, and what you wrote was exceedingly beautiful. So just take us through this experience. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we have a beautiful, just wonderful gift for you, as she's going to take us through an abbreviated version of her Ho'oponopono prayer as we think about the loss in Maui and what happened in that tragic fire. We can give back, so something that has been taken away, just by giving energy to the universe. So Dame Doria, just grace us with your 10 minutes of wisdom, would you please?
Thank you so much. Aloha, everyone. I have so much to share here. One of the things that I wanted to tell you is that all the resources, everything that you need for you to be able to create the life is there. And it happens. There's so much about this. Let me just say that if you make every moment of your life self-mastery, if you're constantly checking on your own thoughts, what it is that's going on within, what is the economic engine that you have created? And I wanted to go very quickly through the business model that can actually support you. Oops, we have to start again. There's noise in the background with the papers.
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, hold on. Chris, I'm trying to get the echo away.
Do echo cancellation. Go back into settings.
I have
Audio.
hold on. I have echo cancellation. Let me take it off. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I can hear now myself, which is perfect. Okay, so the echo cancellation was ticked. Hello.
Yes.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Perfect. I can hear myself. Okay, so I did want to ask you something. Did you want me to focus on access to cash? Would you like me to focus on the business success model? What would you like?
Anything that comes into your spirit, tie it into your Healthopedia chapter, because health is your wealth. And it's not, as your chapter title says, the new definition of wealth. It's not what you think. Tie it in.
Okay. And tell me a little bit about some of the wording that I have in there. Just
okay. Sufficiency, the key to access, the new definition of wealth. It's not what you think. And then your quote is, it's impossible to be wealthy without being of service.
Okay.
Does that give you what you need, hon?
Totally. And I'm so glad I don't have that echo. It's almost impossible to speak when you have an echo. Okay. And then you're going to come in. I'm going to speak for about 10 or 12 minutes. And then you're going to come in and we'll talk about. Now, remember, it's not my Ho'oponopono prayer. It's actually the Ho'oponopono is something that I learned many years ago from the woman that put it on the map. So it's like, I have been a practitioner since November 1984. So
you can say that it is the world's Ho'oponopono prayer.
Yes. That I've been practicing for.
So let's do this. So it is with great. Oh, I see. Here we go. So it is with great honor, Dame Doria, give us your wisdom, give us your insight as you take us through access to cash, sufficiency. It's the access. The new definition of wealth. It's not what you think. And you epitomize, Dame Doria, it's impossible to be wealthy without being of service. And then we're going to go into our universe's prayer, Ho'oponopono. Please grace us with your wisdom.
Thank you so much, everyone. I'd like to really thank you for participating in this beautiful summit and for taking the time to learn about what you really need to know, which is the access that you have. Please look around you and see all of the things, all of the networks, all of the knowledge, all of the information, the access that you have. That is what true wealth is. And since we're speaking about health here, I have to tell you, doesn't have to do with age, but you will find out a little bit after 40, 45, even 50, that health is your wealth. But how do we stay healthy? Well, one of the greatest things that can get in the way of you being healthy is stress. And what is the biggest stress around besides health issues is money. And what most people don't understand is that money is not what you think. Money is just a means of exchange. That's all that money is. And you need to understand that in the world of business, there is a business success model that you can follow that will allow for you to be able to learn about what really makes a business work. Please be aware of that. It's like a formula. It's not like something that you need to create. It has already been invented. So I provide the tools like the business success model that you can have as a gift. It's a small book and it will give you a business model that you can follow and be able to create the level of wealth that you want. And also be very clear on your financial independence number. A lot of people that are very good people, they are of service. They want to be able to contribute. They want to be able to help. They want the world to be better. they don't realize that you need to monetize that which you do. And particularly with women, we're so good. We're so good. We're always wanting to do good, but we don't value our gifts. We don't value our time, our energy, our knowledge. So you need to bring up your deservability. And what I mean by that is that we have been trained out there by the world that, that we have a certain ceiling of how much money we can make, of how much money we have available to us. So what you have to do is I have these beautiful exercises that we can give you as a gift, which are called the magical exercises. And they will expand your deservability. So as you expand your willingness to have more and more by creating your financial independence, by creating an economic engine wrapped around your purpose, wrapped around those things that you would do no matter what. And that excitement that you have in the morning, that you want to get up and do this, go ahead and follow business principles. But at the same time, you have to be able to work on yourself. Self-mastery is moment to moment. Like when you're going through your day and there's that bill that comes in, or there's that special expense that you weren't counting on, or something, or your biggest client leaves you, or something happens in the economy, something occurs, there's a global paradigm shift, the world shuts down, whatever happens, you have to understand that self-mastery will take you through that. Generalized principles are designed to get you to be able to get through the toughest times. And a generalized principle is the principle of leverage. A lot of you do not understand what leverage is. So you need to understand leverage. In our Money and You program, we have this specific game where people have this amazing understanding of what leverage really is. And in business, you want to be focusing on income generating activities. That's what our friend Bernie Dorman of CEO Space used to call now money now. And you also focus on future money, which is leverage. So all of this will then begin to expand your consciousness, your knowledge, to understand that true wealth is access to expert, access to cash, access to investment, access to information, access to support, access to what it is that you need in order for you to make your business, to make your life, to make your health better. So in the summit, you have so much access. There's so many people that are sharing their beautiful gifts, their beautiful knowledge. Make sure that you go back and listen again to the summit. Make sure that you read Jodi's beautiful book. She is giving you access to information that is going to be so valuable for you, that will keep you healthy, that will keep you on your toes, that will help you to stay vibrant the way that I am in my 70s. Because one of the things also that's really going to help you is for you to be clear on your life purpose, on your mission, on the rules of the game, on how you participate in life, the rules of the world and the rules of your own doing, of your own industry. It's very important for you to stay very focused on all the areas of your life that may need to be uplifted, that needs to be constantly tweaked. Life is about corrections. In our Money and You program, we have this beautiful flip chart where we talk, we actually share about one of Buckminster Fuller's most beautiful principles, which when a rocket, he used to call them rockets, goes to the moon from Earth, he died in 1983, so he used all words. So when a rocket is going from Earth to the moon, they're only on target 3% of the time. As human beings, it's the same thing. We're constantly correcting. So forgive yourself for the mistakes. In what we're going to be doing in a few minutes is going to be a Ho'oponopono prayer, the very short version of it. And what I want you to do is to allow yourself to be able to bring up some of those mistakes that you have made, that you have never forgiven yourself, that you have not forgiven others. And so on a moment to moment, as you're working on your own self-mastery, as you're working on what it is that you need to do in order for you to have the life of your dreams that also contributes to others, find a huge problem. Like for me, when I was 27 years old, I chose to eradicate hunger and poverty on planet Earth. This was in 1977. And I took full responsibility for that. That was crazy. It's still crazy. One person cannot do that. But guess what? Once you put a vision that big, you begin to get aligned with all these other people that are not only in alignment with your own mission, but also they have their own missions. So now you begin to meet all these beautiful people. And many of them are very successful that can become part of your network, that you have access to their resources. So in the world, we don't have poor people. We have resource poor people. We have access poor people. So the more access that you have, the more wealthier that you're going to get. And just remember, time goes by very quickly. I mean, I still remember yesterday me being in my 20s, in my 30s. And now I am now creating for me to be in my, and actually I call it the second third of my life, because potentially with all the beautiful product and services and beautiful supplements and the work that Jody D does, you'll be able to power up to have a body that may live many years to come, and vibrantly and healthy, and with the level of energy for you to create the financial independence for yourself, for your family, and also help us uplift all of humanity so that we can have a world that works for 100% of humanity. So thank you for everything that you do. Thank you for everything that you have ever done, that it is actually beyond what you need to do on a daily basis for yourself, your family, but now caring for the whole world, but do it with balance, with integration, and being healthy. Aloha nui loa. Thank you.
And Dame Doria, when I was just thinking about this big goal, look at that goal card I wrote in 1984 that I will pen the Eastern medical version of the PDR, which is the red book that's in every Western medical doctor's office, that physician's desk reference. And here we are. I just want to thank you again. There, with your responsibility and what you do globally as a global entrepreneur and everything else, you could have said, no, my time, my plate is too full. But you know, this is going to be another piece of eradicating that hunger when you just have a big, big goal, because we serve all of humanity. That is what you do. So please take us into this abbreviated version of the universe's Ho'oponopono prayer. But before we do that, did you know I tallied up in these 479 pages the noted practitioners and influence of this book? Our book now, the universe's book, has 588 years of experience.
Wow. Wow.
That's leverage, don't you think?
Absolutely. And you know what is so funny? I was just looking at our beautiful diagram, and God makes no mistakes, because mine is behind, it's backwards. And okay, so look at this beautiful mistake, because when we get together, look at the books as side by side, see the beauty of it. And I was just thinking, oh, wow, you know, I'm going to have to do this all over again because my background is not correct. But guess what? It makes a perfect balance. And this is what we're talking about, that at a moment to moment, that we have to forgive ourselves. We have to forgive those little mistakes. It's like, it's absolutely perfect because we are like so symmetrical. And this is exactly, I am going to include in the Ho'oponopono, hey, I should have made that, I should have had that be correct.
There's only one person that lived on this earth that is perfect. And I'm glad that I can ask for grace as well. So take us through our universe's Ho'oponopono prayer. Dame Doria, please.
Thank you so much, everyone. So very quickly, I am going to do the short version of this prayer. And for those of you that are interested in doing the longer version, you can always go to Fridays with Doria. And I do this about once a month. and for the American time side, and then sometimes I do it for Asia Pacific, because the world is very big, and sometimes when we're awake, they're asleep, and when they're asleep, we are awake. So I had the privilege and the honor of learning from Morna Simeona back in 1984, in November of 1984. I had the opportunity to learn from this beautiful woman that put on the map one of the most beautiful prayers that is based on the Hawaiian tradition of Ho'oponopono, which is for where families would get together and clear the air, and they would spend days together on whatever conflict, upsets, hurts, and resentments they had. And she was given in the 70s to put this prayer out, and in a prayer to put this tradition out to the world. And she had been raised Christian. And there's many Hawaiians, and she was a full-on Hawaiian that have been raised Christian. So you will see some tones in it of Christianity. But just remember that no matter where we come from, no matter what our background, the core thing is to understand the equality that we have with other human beings, that we are so fully connected. Every human being has sadness, has pain at times, has things that go wrong, and tragedies occur. So just for the next few minutes, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to begin to bring up whatever upset you may be having in your life, whatever is not working for you. What is it that it's happening to you that may be disturbing your peace, or you may be disturbing somebody else's peace? We like to think that we are perfect, that we don't make mistakes, but we do, and we have to forgive ourselves for it, but do our best in the future, and to not hurt anyone, and to not disturb anything that's already in place by nature. So what we're going to do is we're going to do an alignment of the inner family, what is called the inner father, which is the Great Spirit. And then we have and that's the Amakua. And then we have the Uhane, which is the inner mother. And the inner mother is the conscious mind. And then we have the inner child, the unconscious, the subconscious, which is called the Unihi Pili. So what you're going to find is that there is going to be a prayer. The prayer begins with the mother speaking to the child speaking to back, and then they talk to the Great Spirit, and then the Great Spirit will come in and speak, and then we'll do a couple of the little parts from the prayer, and do this beautiful healing that will take us through to our tough day, whatever tough times we may be having. And of course, we dedicate this to the beautiful families of Maui, in Lahaina, in Kula, the 19 homes that were lost there, and the many people whose lives have been lost. And we also thank all of the people that are stepping in to support. And so we dedicate this to them, but we also dedicate this to each and every one of you, and all the world affairs that are happening right now, that may be happening in the future. And so there is no time and space. We just include it all. Ho'oponopono has enough room for you to include all your upsets, all your hurts, all your resentments, all your money problems, all your health problems, anything that is disturbing your peace. And it could be anything that's coming from outside or is coming from within. But more than anything else, we're going to clear those blocks that get in the way of us listening to that beautiful, wise human inside of you, that spirit within you that taps into universal knowledge, universal intelligence that can allow you to just create more product and services, and beautiful, beautiful products, the way that Jody and the many speakers on the summit that have created that add value to humanity. And if you're not there yet, let this prayer support you in getting to the life of your dreams that you can design. Create an economic engine wrapped around your life purpose, the Ho'oponopono process, the inner connection. Divine Creator, Father, Mother, Son as one. Oh, my child, will you forgive me for all my errors in thoughts, words, deeds, and actions? I have accumulated and subjected you to over eons of time. As your mother today, I forgive you for all my errors in thoughts, words, deeds, and actions. I have accumulated and subjected you to over eons of time. As your mother today, I forgive you for all your errors, fears, resentments, insecurities, guilt, and frustrations. Let love flow from me to you and from us to the Father. Let divine Creator embrace us in the circle of divine love. And now the child is speaking. I am a child of God, allowing divine love and intelligence to move and express in and through me. My affairs, both personal and universal. Balance, perfect ideas, perfect relationships, and perfect right environment at the right time. I am and will always be in my right place in time for my own individual growth, personal success, and happiness to allow me to fully use my talent in this lifetime for my good and others. Right conditions, relationships, and ideas for a constructive future can and will be achieved through my complete acceptance, enthusiasm, faith, and humbleness of mind for my divine Creator, fathers, and oneness of all life, my Alpha and my Omega. I will know and truly understand and experience a fulfilled life, for I deserve to have the water of life to sustain me now and always, for I am peace. Now, we usually right here, we would do a whole breathing exercise where we hold for 7 and we hold our breath for 7, we inhale for 7, we hold for 7, and then we exhale for 7. So, Jody, I may need you to mute yourself.
Okay.
Thank you, because I can hear you breathing.
Oh, I was breathing for you. Oh my goodness.
Which is fine. I love your breathing, but I just want us all to have our own breathing. So we're going to do this quickly. So count quickly through 7. I am given that it's important for you to center yourself and just be with us. Let go of any text, any emails that you're doing. If you're distracted by the children, maybe you can move your phone, your computer someplace else, and just give yourself the next few minutes to be with this, because it's really important. So let's go ahead and just quickly do the grounding exercise, the ha. Thank you so much. This is so interesting. You know, when you get together with, when you just kind of like you have a minute to think and to breathe. Spirit literally told me where to go to straighten out the back of my camera. Isn't that amazing? It was like, all you have to do is just go here, there, there. And here I am. I'm perfect again. See, God makes no mistakes. You, no matter what mistake you make, you can always correct. If you just tune in, just breathe a little bit, you will get all the answers. I'm telling you. So we continue with the prayer. Opening prayer, I am the I. I come forth from the void into light. I am the breath that nurtures life. I am that emptiness, that hollowness beyond all consciousness, the I, the it, the all. I draw my bow of rainbows across the waters, the continent of minds with matters. I am the oncoming and outgoing of breath, the invisible, untouchable breeze, the undefinable atom of creation. I am the I. So that's the Father speaking to us. And now, as a family, as the inner family, as we are aligning our inner family, the inner father, the inner mother, the inner child, what happens is that this allows us to be much more centered. This allows us for us to be able to make those major tough decisions because it's not easy. Life is not easy. I don't know where we get this, that we think that life is easy. It's hard at moments for everyone, but the more that you use the principles that are generalized principles that run the world, that run the earth, that run your life, that run the universe, like leverage. Leverage is a generalized principle. Precession, the physics of ripple effects. The higher the goal, the bigger that the problem that you want to solve. Precessionally, this is a major teaching from our Money and You program. When the 90-degree effects, the ripple effects from your actions are the ones that will support you in having a better life. Just be outrageous in your ability to be able to be willing to solve a big problem. Buckminster Fuller used to teach us that each and every one of us, if we took one problem that's happening in the world and we solve that, that will solve all problems. We would have peace. We would have heaven on earth. It is possible. So with this prayer, as we are now asking for forgiveness, I want you to allow yourself to also forgive yourself for those wild, audacious, hairy dreams that you have had. And maybe you were made wrong by your family, by your friends, and you even lost family members and lost marriages. Let's bring all this in here for you to bring in the forgiveness. The repentance prayer between us and the Creator. Divine Creator, Father, Mother, Son as one, if I, and say your name out loud, and if you can, your birth name, Teresa Carmen Cordon Michelle. Our families, relatives, and ancestors have offended you in thoughts, words, deeds, and actions from the beginning of our creation to the present. Please forgive us, cleanse, purify, release, sever, and cut all the unwanted energies and vibrations we have created, accumulated, and or accepted from the beginning of our creation to the present. Please transmute all the negative, unwanted energies to pure light. We are set free and it is done. This is one of my next favorite parts of Ho'oponopono. This is the cleansing and problem solving. So everything that I've been asking you to bring up is going to begin to clear this. Divine Creator, Father, Mother, Son as one, I, and say your name out loud. Michelle. Our families, relatives, and ancestors wish to do a Ho'oponopono with all the people that we have ever offended, hurt. We may have been bullies, or we may have been bullied. Just anybody that we interacted with. I know it sounds crazy, but bring in your whole life on the time that you were a young person, including all of your fears, all of my fears, errors, resentments, guilt, anger, violence, attachments, especially with all the people that we have mentioned. And if we forget someone, don't worry, they're being included. And any past lives, home ties that contribute to the cause of any of our present problems. Cleanse, purify, sever, cut, and release all the negative and unwanted memories, blocks, and energies we have created, accumulated, and accepted from the beginning of our creation to the present. Transmute all these unwanted energies to pure light. We release them to pure light as they release us. We are set free and it is done. Okay, so now we're going to do one more part before we go to the last part, which is, I am being given because of all the people that died in the Lahaina and the fires that occur in Kula and other places, and the conditions around the world, all the different conflicts, Ukraine, and all the different conflicts happening around the world. I am being given to do the Ho'oponopono Mahiki, which is the cleansing and releasing of negative vibrations from persons, entities, atoms, and molecules. So this is going to start bringing up people that have left this world, all the people in our lives, our ancestors, our beautiful parents and grandparents and great grandparents, all the people in our ancestry, all the way, go all the way through 1,000, 2,000, 10,000 years. And our original ancestors, we're going to include all of them. We're going to include everyone that's getting ready right now to leave this world and maybe leaving this world, and all the people that have left us. So right now, we are including every person that has passed away in our lives, our neighbors, our neighborhood, in hospitals, in the road, wherever it occurred. Divine Creator, Father, Mother, Son is one. I, Teresa Carmen Corda Michelle, say your name out loud. Our families, relatives, and ancestors wish to do a Ho'oponopono of premises, persons, objects, transactions, atoms, molecules, families, relatives, and ancestors. If there are any earthbound spirits and or negative vibrations within, on, or around them, or if the following deceased person. So now, just for a few seconds, I'm going to be silent, just so that we can bring in anyone that you wish. This is important, that may have passed away, and that you may have seen in the news, on television, on your feed, on social media. Let's just think of them for just a few seconds. Take a deep breath. Thank you. Later, as people pass on, as those movie stars, those beautiful people pass on, your favorite friends pass on, you can say Ho'oponopono, and it will bring this part of it. So if any of them, if those deceased persons are earthbound, we humbly ask that they be cleansed, purified, and released to the path of pure light. No longer will they be earthbound. We release them to the path of light as they release us. We include premises, persons, objects, rituals, transactions, atoms, molecules, families, relatives, and ancestors. We are all set free, and it is done. And now we're going to do the last part, which is called the Mahiki, and this is our favorite part. And what I'd like you to do is imagine the Haleakala Mountain on the island of Maui, and on the top there's this beautiful crater, and above it there's this beautiful, this crater. Just imagine above it this beautiful indigo bowl, and in that indigo bowl we're going to put all of our problems with self, with family, relatives, and ancestors, pets, land, animate and inanimate things, everything that we have spoken about, and any problem, any upsets that have occurred. I want you to put them all in this beautiful indigo bowl. This is everything that upsets you, that hurts you, that has been so hard for you in your life. And just all those resentments, all those things that occur, all those wars, all the people. Just take a deep breath. All your money problems, those letters from the bank, those credit cards, that anything, just not having your economic engine together, put it all in there. Just take a deep breath. And they will be moved from indigo to ice blue to white colors, and the divinity finishes the treatment. So this is the release. Divine Creator, Father, Mother, Son is one. Say your name. Last time, your full name. Lisa Carmen God Michelle. Our families, relatives, and ancestors mentally detach ourselves from all involved in everything that we just mentioned. We cut all aka cords. We are set free and it is done. And we do just two more little parts, the cleansing. We mentally bathe ourselves from the top of the head to our toes with the following colors: indigo, purplish, bluish light, 7 times, emerald green 7 times, ice blue 7 times, white 7 times. We do the transmutation. The divine intelligence approves the release and transmutation of all toxins and negative vibrations to pure light. Let divine intelligence manifest harmony, love, wisdom, order, balance, perfect and right relationships, ideas, sources of wealth, sustenance, and energies. We humbly ask that we be surrounded with a gold band or circle. We are set free and it is done. And we finish up with a beautiful prayer. And for those of you who are Christian and have read the Bible, it's going to sound like this beautiful prayer. And Morna, as I said, was a beautiful Christian. And she adapted it a little bit, and it's called the Peace of I, Peace of the I Am. And so when you get a little bit afraid, or you surround your home, your buildings, your children, the cars, the airplanes, you put 300 million of the Peace of I around the airplane so that you will not be afraid and you will fly home safely, or not get on the airplane and just have it all be how it's supposed to be. Peace of I. Peace be with you, all my peace. The peace that is I, the peace that is I am. The peace for always, now and forever and evermore. My peace I give to you. My peace I leave with you. Not the world's peace, but only my peace, the peace of I. Thank you. Let's all breathe together. And just remember, you can go to Fridays with Doria anytime. Go under resources, look under the tab resources to see Ho'oponopono, and you'll be able to read all about Morna Simeona and all the history. She did this prayer in front of the United Nations twice. She was given the most beautiful awards through the Daniel Akaka, the great senator of Hawaii. And so she was given acknowledgments by the US government, and her work now through the work of Joe Vital and many of our other friends. And I wrote the foreword to his books, and we collaborate on just putting Ho'oponopono. He does the short version and I do the original version. Thank you, God, for this prayer, and for you, Jody, and for all the speakers in the summit, and for all the people that work in the background, and everyone that worked on your book. We thank them. We included them all. May they all be in peace.
And Dame Doria, you just give such peace. I think of what Dr. Bernie Siegel said, because we're contemporaries. I'm going into my 7th decade here in February. And I can say the older I get, this is what Bernie said, the more mystical and spiritual I become. This is what I feel from you, because as he said, faith is the most important factor in the world. When your faith is from the spiritual world and enters your personal world, in yours, it's eradicating hunger across the globe. There is peace. I leave peace with you. I love you. I honor you for all you are and what you will become. Thank you for being a part of Healthopedia, Dame Doria.
Aloha.
Aloha.
Healer, Dr. Hulda Clark, and experiencing her life-changing practices and protocols, a goal card was written and dated in 1984 stated, "I will write the Eastern medical version of the PDR, Physician's Desk Reference. The universe delivered a sign to actualize this goal. Now, in 2023, we are experiencing vision and mission into fruition. Healthopedia has arrived, led by the iconic 20th and 21st century icon, Dr. Bernie Siegel, MD, author of Love, Medicine, and Miracles, along with 42 extraordinary healing world changers that will motivate, educate, inspire, and propel you along your own path to wholeness, wellness, and abundance. Every compelling story will uplift you to your own epiphany of health isn't something you do, it's what you become along life's journey.
So even with the little bit of the glitch in there, don't we love recorded TV, live TV? But this is life. This is life. Health isn't something you do. It's what you become along life's journey. Become that access to catch, become that best version of you, whatever your passion, mission, and vision is in your life, in your business, in the world, that big why that Dame Toria talked about. Just do it. Do it. Because when you become the best, people will feel you. People will feel you along this journey. Let's be it. Let's do it. Let's become it together. Grab your ticket now to Boca, drjody.com/upcoming-events. Mind your mind, because it is your mind that minds all good things, body, mind, and spirit. Join us Thursday for another live broadcast with Dr. Glenn Depka, the happiness doctor. He will be one of the anchor authors in Women's Essence as we move and we make a difference. All I can say is always, as I do now, mind your mind. What is mind? What is mindset? Is skill set. Because guess what we have out of this? We have a spirit set. Until next time, peace, love, and joy. And remember, make it a great, healthy Healthopedia Day. Ciao for now.